And now it's second down. A shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Bullard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Third and long. It's Keenum. And he's able to find Diggs. That one goes for 24 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Here we go now.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. Third down here.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. They do snap it to Keenum. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Jets are out to the early lead. That one clearly still early, but that would be a bit of a surprise. On first down, Keenum out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball.
Forbath out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 5 yards there, and remember Howard last year, 5.2 yards per rush, so right around his average. The only Bears running back that's averaged that many yards per carry in a single season, Walter Payton.
And Jordan Howard can keep up that type of pace.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. Finds his target, it's Bellamy. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. On first down, they run with Howard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Trubisky will throw, and that's going to be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now it's Trubisky. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A busy final day for you coming up in the NFL. Final day of the year as well. 11 other games going on as we speak. And then coming up later this afternoon, 2 games each from the AFC West and NFC West, all kicking off at the same time. Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Rams.
Loving it.
And then that's it for the 2017 regular season. It'll be Happy New Year time. And Charles, you going to dust off Auld Lang Syne for us tonight?
Meet me at midnight, baby. You'll find out.
Hard pass. Here's Keenum. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackle and held it to an okay game.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Akeem Hicks in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack. Quarterback
gets hit.
From midfield, here's Keenum going up top. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw is Keenum. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Keenum being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now Keenum buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try the air now with Keenum. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Keenum now to throw. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Case Keenum in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit. Early lead in that one for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers with one touchdown pass thus far. So they're going to go for two. To throw, it's Keenum. And this will be caught. So the try for two, good. And it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So no update from Larry after 17 weeks. Folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him puts him down.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Sherrills. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Keenum on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. How did he step? Latavius Murray. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was this successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Forbath to add the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him. And that's sack number 18 for him on the year. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Sherrills to return it. Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Keenum now on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A swift move, but not a ton to show for it. Tackle just on the other side of midfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Keenum. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a 1st down throw. Keenum steps away to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Murray with a nice move. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing now is Keenum. Forced out to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Case Keenum, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Forbath out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Trubisky. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus. You know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Fielded at the 33. Still fighting. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early byes and able to sit and to get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Back to throw. Keenum. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, a one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Keenum now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, Keenum. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Trubisky, draw play, gets to Howard, and the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Time for a break. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on a 25. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdown passes to lead the way. Here's Keenum. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. That throw good for 4. It's second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Keenum's going to throw it here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hurry up, here we go.
Keenum on 3rd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And again the footwork. Oh, and now some space to operate. Latavius Murray. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. And the Ravens have wound up winning that affair. Alex Collins, 2 touchdowns on the ground to help lead the way. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Onto the field now come the Bears. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
I'm going to forget today. Don't forget.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Trubisky to throw. Now a desperation throw deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them going along?